Hello everyone, thank you very much for giving this story a chance, really. This is my first video. A while ago I wrote some stories and reread them and thought, why not do it? I know there will be many mistakes and I apologize for them. I hope you enjoy the story a lot. Oikawa POV. The sea is delicious, you should get in, Iwa-chan. Oikawa sits next to Iwaizumi, who rests on the sand. What do you think I am? A fish. I prefer to sunbathe for a while. Oikawa makes a pout. The fun of coming to the beach is to swim in the water and have a good time. He runs his hands through his hair and feels how the strands have hardened from the sea salt. Oikawa will have to spend several containers of conditioner to regain some of its usual softness. To be angry all the time, you'd better not have come. Iwaizumi throws a handful of sand he had kneaded with his hand. Don't talk nonsense, trash Oikawa. His expression is serious, but not angry. If I hadn't wanted to come, I wouldn't have come. Then why does it look like a blood vessel is going to burst from your forehead? I've already told you that you'll never get a girlfriend that way. Oikawa looks at Iwaizumi out of the corner of his eye, hoping to see his reaction. He is surprised to see that his gaze is lost somewhere in the waves of the sea. His surprise turns to concern when he sees his boyfriend's eyebrows contract in an expression of mortification. It is a lie, Iwa-chan. Oikawa is quick to say, I mean, yes, you must improve your temper, but you are a good man, so you still have hope. Iwaizumi gets a weak, almost listless laugh. Don't be stupid, that's not the point, he says as he looks into his eyes, and Oikawa feels a little intimidated for a moment. Besides, what's the point of having a girlfriend if I already have you, right? It's the same thing but cheaper. Oikawa rolls his eyes. Are you worried that your mom will find out that we ran away? Oikawa continues to ask, ignoring the commentary. You know you can blame me for everything. In fact, if necessary, you can say I kidnapped you. Oikawa proceeds to gently hit him on the side with his elbow. Do you think I'm going to take responsibility? This time Iwaizumi really laughs. I'm willing to say that you hit me and dragged me here unconscious. Oikawa laughs. The comment is nowhere near as funny, but he's relieved to see that his boyfriend is getting a little bit of encouragement. They spend some time in silence, but before Oikawa can decide if it is an uncomfortable one, Iwaizumi speaks again. Oikawa. Iwaizumi remains silent. Oikawa. What? Iwaizumi hesitates for a moment. Oikawa. Iwa-chan. I swear by my volleyball career that it is the most sacred thing, that if you say my name again and don't tell me what happens, I will withdraw my affections. Is that all? I think in that case, you're doing me a favor. Iwa-chan. Protests Oikawa, visibly offended. You know what? Stay sulking with your bad mood. I'll go find someone on this beach who wants to have a good time. Oikawa gets up and walks to the shore. There's only Iwaizumi and him on the beach, maybe a few people you can perfectly count with your fingers, so it's not like there are many options for choosing company. He looks sideways at Iwaizumi, and when he sees that Iwaizumi is looking at him, he gives him the most beautiful smile he is capable of. Iwaizumi POV. Not that Iwaizumi is in a bad mood, of course not. It's just that he's upset, really upset, that they lost the game to Shiratorizawa. After winning against Karasuno and being so close, he feels that he failed his team, that he failed Oikawa. Not that Oikawa is the most important thing. Not that this is his main thought, because that would be crazy. And he's not crazy. No, he's not. Where are you two? Iwaizumi reads Maki's message with apprehension. He would have liked to invite him and Matsun, but Oikawa had asked him to keep it a secret. He still remembers the way things started. We should go to the beach, Iwa-chan. They just got out of practice on Tuesday afternoon. Both of them were exhausted and their muscles were stiff, still carrying the bitterness of having lost to Ushiwaka. Yes, of course, and maybe if you want, we'll take a walk around Tokyo, right? The voice comes out rough and blunt. He hopes it's enough to make Oikawa understand that he's not in the mood to take his crap. I'm serious, he replies, as he takes off his sports shirt and begins to put on a clean one. I think we deserve it, and I have money saved up, if that's what you're worried about. He arranges the new shirt and throws a sly smile at Iwaizumi, who more than me can understand your economic problems. Iwaizumi snarls at the commentary. Says who had to lend me money for 2 weeks to be able to buy milk breads. Oikawa shrugs. It's all a matter of perception. It's all a matter of perception, my ass. Thinks Iwaizumi. Anyway, the trip to the beach is serious. I've thought about it since. His scowl, since the incident, and maybe Thursday is the perfect day. Iwaizumi has finished changing his clothes. The clean smell of the t-shirt mixes with the sweaty smell of his skin and makes his stomach turn. Just forget that shit and let's go home, okay? I can't stand being like this any longer and I have to study for tomorrow. I can help you study if you want, offers Oikawa. And end up doing nothing like last time. No thanks, I can't afford to fail exams like you. Oikawa pretends to feel annoyed. For God's sake, Iwa-chan, first of all, I have never had the luxury of failing anything. He gets up from the bench where he had sat to put on his shoes and walks towards Iwaizumi. Secondly, just because you are a slow learner doesn't mean we all have the same ape's brain. He puts a finger on Iwaizumi's neck. And thirdly, I didn't see you complaining so much when we did it in your bed, the dining table and on the kitchen counter. You son of a. Runs after Oikawa with the intention of giving him a good punch. He gives up when he sees the time on the clock in the club room and decides to finish organizing his things to leave. So I'm counting on you, asks Oikawa. When they are both on their way home, he rubs a bump on his head. In the end, he did get what he deserved. Haven't you learned anything? Don't tell me I got beaten up for nothing. Go on, feel guilty and let's go for a walk on the beach. Iwaizumi exhales. That's a typical response from Oikawa. He should have seen it coming. Do you think a cheap ruse like that is going to work? I hope so, otherwise I'll have to beg and harass you until you agree, which is something I'd rather avoid, but if I have no choice, I'm willing to do anything. The worst thing is that it works, because, yes, he has gone too far with that blow and he feels at least a little bit guilty. There is also the fact that Iwaizumi doesn't feel much like having to put up with a needy Oikawa. Iwaizumi exhales strongly again. Why does it have to be on Thursday? The smile on Oikawa's face when he realizes that Iwaizumi has accepted, suddenly makes him feel light, almost at peace. Fuck peace. In the end, he got embroiled in the insistence of Oikawa. I am with Oikawa, he replies. No shit. Even Einstein couldn't have thought of that possibility. Iwaizumi looks at the screen thinking in an intelligent and at the same time elegantly offensive way to respond, something passive-aggressive, but nothing, his brain is fried. By the way, I'm being sarcastic. In fact, if you weren't with Oikawa I would have been really surprised. And what? Are you two already procreating my future grandchildren? He feels that his cheeks are colored and instinctively raises his eyes towards Oikawa. He is alone in the sea, splashing around like a big boy while he enjoys. It is refreshing to see him like this, not with a disgruntled face like a bitter old man, but with the expression of a young man who has a bright future ahead of him. You're an idiot, he replies, but suddenly he's motivated again. Is that a yes, my dear friend and best advisor Maki? That's a fuck you, he writes, and then quickly taps. I can't give you grandchildren, but I'll give it my best shot. Fuck the laws of nature anyway. He puts the phone in his bag without waiting for Maki to answer it, takes off his shirt, and runs to the seashore. The water is cold to the touch and for a moment he feels the urge to get out, but he resists and splashes water on Oikawa when he arrives by his side. Iwa, he protests, but his face lights up when he sees him. So what? Does the old Iwa-chan wants to go out and play? Iwaizumi smiles. You're going to regret challenging me, pretty boy. I hope you have enjoyed the story. This would be the first part of 3 videos. Write me in the comments if you liked it and if you would like me to continue. Please subscribe and like it. Thank you very much everyone. See you later.